Oh, hi. Hi. Just sitting here reading about shelled worms. You know anything about shelled worms? They're worms with shells on them. And around 350,000 years ago, which is a little bit older than I am, there were shelled worms all over the bottom of the ocean. Sure, millions of them. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, you know what else I found out? That today, the entire hour of Sesame Street is coming to you through the courtesy of the letter L, the letter U, and the numbers 4 and 5, but most especially by this letter. You know what letter that is? It's the letter Y.
Oh, honey, you want anything from the store?
No, but I gotta tell you about these worms.
Worms?
Yeah, 350,000 years ago, all over the bottom of the sea, nothing but worms.
I gotta go to the store.
Practically nothing else on Earth.
I'll be right
just
back.
worms.
I just gotta go. Mr. Hooper, what's going on?
Oh, I'm sorry, Susan, if you need anything. But I had to close up the store for a few hours. And if you can get anything you want down the street from Mr. Horn.
Well, wait a minute now. Is something the matter?
I'm afraid there is. My sister Emily is sick again.
Oh.
We tried to get a nurse, but they're all busy, so I'm going to stay for a while. She lives alone.
Well, listen, I could stay for you because, you know, I was a nurse before I got married to Gordon. I'd be glad to go over there and stay for you.
Thank you, Susan, but she's been expecting me. I don't think it's too serious. She had it once before.
Oh, I see. Well, listen, if there's anything I can do, be sure and let me know. I'd be happy to go stay with you.
Thank you, Susan.
All right. Now, don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Susan, they call these worms brachiopods, you see? And they have two shells, and they attach themselves to some object on the sea bottom by a stalk protruding from a large shell. What's bothering her? She's got something pretty heavy on her mind. Yeah, Kwame and Ann, I've got to tell you about these worms. 350,000 years ago. That's a long time ago, right? All over the shallow sea bottoms with nothing but worms with shells on them. Can you imagine that? Practically nothing else on Earth. You can't imagine that? Well, I'm glad you're excited about it because I am too. And I'll tell you what, since we've done that, we'll do one other thing here. And I'll give you a shot at this. This is a headline of a newspaper, right? And in that headline, there is a letter L. See if you can find it. You found it. That's the letter L. That's right, and that was the letter L. There's a little letter L over there, right?
Right.
Now, Kwame, you ready?
Right.
Yeah, okay, let's see if you can find the letter U. See where it is.
Here.
Where? Right
U.
there?
Yeah.
There's a U. That's right, that's a U. Kwame, that's right, that was the letter U. Found it right there, right?
Right.
Letter U. If we put all these words together, and Kwame, what will we have? What's this first word? Nurse.
Shortage critical.
Nurse shortage critical. You know what that means?
Yes.
What?
Shortage nurses.
You're short of nurses? What do you think it means?
It means there are not enough nurses to go around.
Not enough nurses to go around? That's what you said, Kwame, and you said that they're short of nurses, and you're both right. That's exactly what it means. But I don't think you two need nurses because, at least not right now, because you're very healthy, very active, and you're full of all kinds of pep and stuff. So why don't you get up and sprint down the block and see what's going on down there with Bob, huh? Now let me read the newspaper.
Excuse me.
Hi.
Hi, honey.
What's up?
Well, I wanted to talk to you for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just heard on the news that they're short of nurses. I see they have it in the headlines.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Hooper's sister was sick and he couldn't get a nurse for her.
I didn't know that. Is that what was bugging you a little
Yes,
earlier?
because after all, I'm a trained nurse, and I just think that they could use my services. And I was thinking about going back to work, and so I was wondering how you felt about it, what you thought about it.
All right, let me think about it for a second.
This isn't the first time I've thought about going back to work.
No,
But
no.
they're really short of nurses now.
Yeah. Well, you really seem bothered by it because you walked past here and I said, Susan, 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 and you just kept on going.
I didn't
hear me?
even hear you. I'm sorry.
If it bugs you that much, I'll tell you what. Try it, see how it works out.
Okay.
All right?
I think I should go down to the public health and see if I need to renew my license or if there's anything I need to do about it.
I'll tell you what. Got a great idea.
What?
Why don't you go down to the Public Health Service and see if you can renew your license, if there's anything you can do about it.
Oh, that's a terrific idea.
You like that?
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought of that just like that.
Fast thinking.
Okay.
Thanks, honey. I'll see you later.
Take off. Is that what was bugging her all that time? Well, she's happy now. And hey, speaking of happy people, take a look down there.
Hey, would you like to hear some of the things that used to make me happy when I was a little boy?
Yes.
Would you? How about
Yes.
you, Chad? Okay. Well, happiness is 2 kinds of ice cream. Finding your skate key and telling the time. Happiness is learning to whistle and tying your shoe for the very first time. Remember when you did that, Anna? Happiness is playing the drum in your own school band. And happiness is walking hand in hand. Let's see. Happiness is 5 different crayons, knowing the secret, climbing a tree. Happiness is finding a nickel, catching a firefly, setting him free. And happiness is being alone every now and then. You like to be alone?
No.
And happiness is coming home again. You know what else I like? Well, happiness is morning and evening, daytime and nighttime too. 'Cause happiness is anyone and anything at all. That's love on you. Hey, way to go, Jack. Those things...
Those things sure wouldn't make me happy.
Oh, well, guess who we've just heard from? Old Happy Oscar.
Well,
Those things wouldn't make you happy, Oscar?
not a bit.
Well, Oscar, I would love to know what kind of things would make a nice grouch like you happy.
Well,
Well, would you tell me? Hey, let's go over here what Oscar's got to say. Oscar, tell us all about it.
happiness is sand in your sandwich, wearing wet mittens, sweeping the floor.
Sweeping the floor.
Happiness is rocks in your sneakers, not being had to the party next
You
door.
don't like parties, Oscar?
Happiness is waiting all day for the rain to end. And happiness is doing it again.
Oh, Oscar, tell it like it is.
Happiness is having a trash can, having the lid shut.
Would you like a trash can?
For happiness is anyone and anything at all. That's loved by you.
Oh, that old Oscar's too much. Hey, there's a couple of Oscar, there's a couple of things that I'm not quite clear of, though, that I'd like to ask you. Now, maybe rocks in your sneakers would make you happy, and sand in your sandwich, but there's one thing I'm not quite sure of, Oscar.
What's that, Bob?
Well, I just don't really understand why you want to be happy anyway.
Well, you see, I don't like to be happy.
Right.
So those things make me happy.
Uh-huh.
Well, when I'm happy, I don't like to be happy. So
Right.
it makes me grouchy.
I see.
And I like to be grouchy.
Yeah,
You see?
because being grouchy makes you happy. Well, then you
Well,
must
of course, I'm happy when I'm
Well,
grouchy.
Oscar, then you must be happy most of the time because you're usually always pretty grouchy. You know that.
Yeah, well, of course, I like being grouchy.
Right.
So that makes me happy.
Yeah.
But I don't like to be happy. So therefore, I get grouchy. But
Do you
when I'm
understand what I'm
grouchy,
talking
I'm
about?
happy, you see?
He's
But
grouchy and he's
still,
happy.
sometimes I like-
Well, that's our old lovable Oscar anyway, huh?
Bah!
How you like that, Oscar, huh? As soon as Susan starts nursing, I'm going to send her right over there to see what's wrong with Oscar. Hey, what's that? Sounds like the nameless skywriter up there. Yeah, that's who... No, it's not. It's the Anything people. Well, that's a crow. What'd you say, crow? Have you ever seen a scarecrow, Mia or Chet? You've seen a scarecrow? Well, this is what a scarecrow scares. Oh, look at this old crow. Boy, is he swinging. He's a little bit, I guess, itchy right now, because he seems to be scratching feathers and things. Oh, yeah? I didn't know that. Crow is related to the raven. And... Oh, yeah? Really? Well, what else happened? He's telling me about the time he went to the crow convention. Yeah? He really swung down there, huh? Everybody got together, had a party? Uh-huh. Oh, really? And you going back next year? Was that good? Imagine that. They're also related to the magpies. Do you know that? Oh, sure. Your average magpie wouldn't... What was that? You don't want me to talk about the magpies? Because this is crow's time, let the magpie get his own time? All right. Anything you say. It's all right with me. Oh, okay. Who else? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah? Well, you know, crows can talk sometimes. I mean, they can actually sort of sound like they're saying words. Close to what a parrot can do. And they fly away. Well, that's what I call a flying crow.
Hey, honey,
And,
guess what? Oh, hi, kids.
Hi, you just
Guess
missed
what?
my crow.
Crow? You had a crow?
Yeah,
Guess
went
what?
downtown.
My license is still all right.
Oh, good.
I have to take one course, that's all.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm going to go get my uniforms out and see what kind of shape they're in. Bye,
Okay.
kids. Bye.
Okay. Take it easy, huh? Well, I sure like to see her happy. Okay, come on. Wow, Kwame Strong, Mia, who's winning this, huh? You think Kwame, wow, man, what have you been eating? You're getting so strong.
winning,
Huh?
Kwame?
Kwame's coming on strong. Well, I don't think I
See
can
my
hold on.
uniform?
Hey, look at that. Look at that. What? Well, you cheated, man. I was looking at Susan's uniform.
You know, everybody expects
Huh?
nurses' uniforms to be white, but this is a visiting nurse. That's why it's
Oh, I see. I'm glad you explained that. I didn't know that.
I brought the book out for everybody.
Kwame. Kwame. Okay, man, it's
Kwame,
over. I
don't
quit.
break Gordon up. Listen, honey.
Huh?
I better go change my
Well, let me
uniform.
read the book. I'll read the book.
You read to him?
Sure.
Okay. See you. Hey, listen, don't be so hard on Gordon.
Yeah. Kwame. Ah, boy. I don't know what you've been eating. This book is called Whistle for Willie. So I don't know what it's all about. We'll just have to look at it and find out, okay? You ready? Okay. Here we go. There's a young guy, and I guess his name is Peter. It says, oh, how Peter wished he could whistle. Oh. He saw a boy playing with his dog. Whenever the boy whistled, the dog ran straight to him. Peter tried and tried to whistle, but he couldn't. So instead, he began to turn himself around. Around and around he whirled, faster and faster. When he stopped, everything turned down and up and up and down and around and around. What do you think's the matter with Peter, huh? He's getting dizzy. Peter saw his dog, Willie, coming. Quick as a wink, he hid in an empty carton lying on the sidewalk. Wouldn't it be funny if I whistled, Peter thought? Willie would stop and look all around to see who it was. Peter tried again to whistle, whoosh, whoosh, but still he couldn't. So Willie just walked on. Peter got out of the carton and started home. On the way, he took some colored chalks out of his pocket and drew a long, long line. Boy, look at that line. Went all the way around the barber pole in front of the barber shop and right up to his door. He stood there and tried to whistle again. He blew till his cheeks were tired, but nothing happened. He went into his house and he put on his father's old hat to make himself feel more grown up. He looked into the mirror to practice whistling. Still no whistle. When his mother saw what he was doing, you can sneeze, but Peter can't whistle. Peter pretended that he was his father. He said, "I've come home early today, dear. Is Peter here?" His mother, she's going to play along with him. She answered, "Why, no, he's outside with Willie." "Well, I'll go out and look for them," said Peter. First, he walked along a crack in the sidewalk. See him walking along the crack there? Then he tried to run away from his shadow. Boy, that's hard. He jumped off his shadow, but when he landed, they were together again. Couldn't get away, huh? He came to the corner where the carton was. And who should he see but Willie? There's Willie. Peter scrambled under the carton. He blew and blew and blew. Suddenly, out came a real whistle. Willie stopped and looked around to see who it was. "It's me!" Peter shouted and stood up. Willie raced straight to him. Peter ran home. Boy, did he run home, to show his father and mother what he could do. They loved Peter's whistling. So did Willie. Peter's mother asked him and Willie to go on an errand to the grocery store. He whistled all the way there, and he whistled all the way home. How about that? You like that?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you whistle?
Yes.
Good. Let me hear. Good. Can you whistle, Leah? Oh, you're in Peter's league, kid. Well, anyway, Peter learned to whistle for his dog, but I can whistle for fish. You want to see me whistle for some fish? Watch. Here, fish.
I'm only a bird in a gilded cage. But
Was that you singing, Big Bird?
yes, I can sing like a bird.
You certainly did. Do you know what? I've decided to go back to work. Did you know I was a nurse?
A nurse? You?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
I'm a public health nurse, though. That's a visiting... Uh-oh. That sounds like my telephone. Do you have this? Hold this for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm happy to. Gee, I'm happy to help. Lots of people don't ask me to help because sometimes they don't trust me with things, and there's a lot of things that I can't do. Sometimes I'm not too smart, and sometimes I'm kind of clumsy. But there's one thing that I can do. Help people by holding bags for them because I'm good at that. If there's one thing that I'm good at, it's really Oh no. What did I do? I think I broke something. Oh, it's all in a million pieces. Oh no. It must have been something valuable, because Susan was carrying it really carefully, and I've dropped it and broken it. But why was Susan carrying it? It must have been a glass vase. What was she doing with it? It must have been a present. A glass something, cookie jar, something beautiful. It was probably a glass cookie jar that she was going to give as a present to somebody like maybe her grandmother. Sure, I could just see it now. She's bought this pretty little glass cookie jar, and she's going to give it to her grandmother. But I went and broke it. I've ruined everything. Oh, what am I going to do? Look at it. Broken. lying there. Oh, I gotta think of something quick. I gotta think. Gotta think. Oh, boy. Oh, woe is me. Oh, I've gone and done it now. Poor Susan. I went and broke her cookie jar. She was gonna give that beautiful cookie jar that all I had to do was hold it in the paper bag. She was gonna give it to her dear old grandmother. But now I've ruined everything. I went and broke it. There's only a few things I could possibly do now. I could try to glue the pieces together, but I'm all feathers. I couldn't do that. I could tell Susan about it and beg forgiveness. Who could forgive breaking a beautiful glass cookie jar that you were going to give to your grandmother? Well, there's only one other thing I could do. Run away and take up a new life in some strange place. That's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to leave. Well, it's been nice seeing you here on Sesame Street. And goodbye forever. I'm just going to sneak away. Oh, woe is me.
Where are you going, Big Bird?
I'm not going anyplace. Oh,
Well, what were you doing? You look like you were sneaking away to me.
No, I was trying a new dance step.
Oh, that's
Watch the
terrific.
feet. Don't look. What? Oh, put down the bag. Oh, don't touch the bag.
Why?
Don't look in the bag. Watch me dance.
Why? Why not look in the bag?
No, don't look in the bag. Oh, please, I beg you, don't look in the bag.
Big Bird, what is the matter with you?
It's too late. You see it.
Too late for what? See what?
It's ruined, isn't it? Now
What's
you
ruined?
see. Now you know it's all broken.
What's broken?
Your beautiful cookie jar you were gonna give
Big
to your
Bird,
nice
Big Bird,
old
Big Bird.
granny.
Listen, there's nothing in here but my trash. There was a pickle jar in there. Is that what you're talking about?
Trash?
Yes, my trash.
Trash?
That's all that was in there. You
Trash,
thought you,
trash?
You thought you broke something?
A cookie jar for your grandmother.
Oh, listen, Big Bird, when you do something wrong, you have to admit it. Now just calm down. Listen.
You mean I nearly ran away because I broke
listen,
trash?
Listen, let's play a game. You feel better?
Yeah, that'll make me feel better.
Hey, why don't you try and guess what this is?
Okay.
Al, did you know what that was?
I sure did. That is a tomato.
Tomato.
Oh, I almost said it right. A tomato.
Uh-huh. You
I'm
like
smart.
tomatoes?
Except for holding bags. I love tomatoes. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, they're very good, aren't they? That was good to guess that.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, here's another one. Good. See if you can guess what this is. Did you know what that was?
Well, I would guess, Susan, that it was skin, except it didn't have any feathers on it, so maybe it
No,
was...
it was people's skin. People's skin have no feathers. Just birds have feathers.
Oh, yeah.
So you were right. Hey, listen,
Oh,
Big
good.
Bird, I have to go bake a pie for Gordon, so say goodbye to everybody for me, will you?
Okay, but save me a piece of pie.
Oh, sure. Come up later.
Well, I've been a real silly goose today, but come and see us again, because Sesame Street has been brought to you today by the letters L, U, and Y, and by the numbers 4 and 5. Today's story, Whistle for Willie, was written and illustrated by Ezra Jack Keats. It was published by the Viking Press. Copyright 1964. Sesame Street is a production of the Children's Television Workshop.